Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Sanjoku. Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck just happened? We got knocked off by Justin Fields and this Bears team in our own damn house. A lot of people have already been spouting off, fire Gruden, hashtag fire Gruden. Congratulations, you've caught up to me from 2019 because that's about the time that I started calling for that dude's head. Him and Carr do not work together. I have said that shit till I've been blue in the face. Every year I try to hype it up a little bit because I think this is going to be the year where Carr and Gruden really come together and Carr is able to open up this offense a little bit more. This shit never happens. You saw it through the first 3 weeks of football. We did not have a running game, and Derek Carr took this offense over and led us to 3 straight victories. And everybody was happy as shit. Everything was going good. And then I told you guys, my biggest fucking fear is that Josh Jacobs comes back onto this team and John Gruden reverts this offense back to his cookie cutter bullshit. And then last week we saw the cookie cutter bullshit. And then this week I was like, well, hope maybe he saw the error in his ways and we'll be able to turn this thing around and get the ship rolling. But no, Jalen Richard comes back and this offense looked even worse than it did the week before because we went back to the same bullshit offense that we've been running for the past few years, that it was extremely predictable and just taken advantage of. I am so legitimately pissed off right now. I agree with the people that are saying fire Gruden. One of these two dudes has to go. There is no way around that because this conservative ass offense that we are running does not work in the NFL. That has been proven at this point. There is no arguing that. You cannot say, oh, well, the time of possession, all that bullshit is completely out the window in the league right now. And Gruden's head is stuck in the middle of that shit. We have so many explosive weapons on this team right now that are not being utilized at all. And you could say, well, our offensive line is beat up and we're shuffling it around. Yeah, and that's not an excuse. We could have went out and signed another offensive lineman, another vet dude to come in and fill that spot for Richie, or another dude to come in and fill a spot after you lose your starting guard for the entire season. No, we got to go next man up. Next man up is Brandon Parker. How the fuck did that work out today? It looked terrible, like absolutely terrible. He's got his shit ate all day by Khalil Mack. At this point right now, a right tackle and a right guard that are sitting on free agency would fill the void better than the dudes that we have on this team right now. And it sucks that I have to say that, but the depth of this offensive line I talked about 100 times was limited at best, and we are paying the price for that shit right now. The Raiders offense came out and looked flat as shit once again. That used to be one of our strong points. Gruden's first 5 to 10 plays that he drew up would march us down the field. That shit's gone, like long gone. You could legitimately see the frustration growing on Derek Carr's face throughout the process of this entire game. And I really don't think it was because he was playing so shitty. I think it's because he knew what he could be doing and he was not allowed to do that shit. If you go out the first 3 weeks and you light 3 fucking teams up, and then all of a sudden your star running back comes back, the entire offense is tweaked back to revolve around him instead of revolve around the quarterback who's been lighting shit up, and now we're seeing it. Jacobs still isn't 100% healthy. He looked a hell of a lot better in this game, but you can tell he is still banged up. He's slowly working himself back in. Kenyon Drake only touched the ball twice in this game, like 2 rushes for like 10 yards. Completely pointless, not being a part of this offense, not being the weapon that we were all expecting him to be. The only true superhero on the offensive side of the ball this game is once again Hunter Renfrow. That kid is legitimately the best player on our offense right now. Defensively, Perryman stepped up. That dude has been the only solid piece of that defense that we've had throughout the season who's consistently there making plays. 12 tackles again and just lighting shit up, so thank you, Perryman, for that. Yannick was finally able to get home a couple times, ended up having 2 sacks in this game. I thought Phylon still looked incredibly good. This defense came out and played strong at first, but I think as soon as they realized this offense was going to sputter out and be shit, they kind of lost their will to play. Even though we were banged up going into this, I thought Amik Robertson didn't play terrible. I know he didn't play great. He gave up a play or 2, but I guarantee you he played a hell of a lot better than Arnett would have done if he was in this game as the starter. And overall, I think this defense honestly played another pretty solid game. I was pretty happy with what I saw from him. It just wasn't enough. We were continually just sputtering out on offense. That comes down to Gruden and that comes down to Carr. And for as much as you guys who are like, no, dude, you're just a Carr lover, the fucking excuse does not fall on Carr at this point, man. That is some shit-ass play calling. That is some predictable-ass play calling. Give 2 shits what anybody says. Gruden is not a quarterback guru. I'm convinced that dude doesn't even know what the hell is going on throughout the game. He's just out there making silly-ass faces to be on camera. But then it's like, what the hell are we supposed to do? Let Greg Olsen start calling the plays? That dude is a fucking joke. More of a joke than Gruden is. The offensive side of our ball is fucked up right now, and it should not be from the way this season started. The Raiders need to take a hard look at that shit right now. And to be perfectly frank with it, the Raiders have an out on John Gruden right now if they wanted to. The dude fucked up and said some terrible shit. And I can tell you right now, just by the way the media treated it and how many times it was mentioned throughout this game, they will not let that shit go for the entirety of this season. That's going to be something to where we end up making the Super Bowl, and the first thing they're going to talk about is some shit that Gruden said 11 years ago. And I am not defending that shit at all. That is just the way that this world works right now. He fucked up and he should pay the price for it, but he should not be able to drag this entire damn team and the talent level that it has down with him. Because I'm telling you, a major reason of why we took this loss today was that bullshit distraction because of him. If we don't win the playoffs this season, the Raiders need to keep Gus Bradley, fire the rest of that fucking coaching staff. Pittsburgh's about to fuck shit up. Hire Mike Tomlin to come in as your head coach. Have him with Gus Bradley as your defense coordinator. Let him bring on his assistant coaching staff and see exactly where this shit takes you. Because I will tell you, it'll look completely different. Completely fucking different. Because it's not going to be this conservative play calling bullshit. And maybe for one shot in his career, Derek Carr is going to have an offensive coordinator besides Bill Musgrove for one season that tells him, go out there and air that shit out. Because I know that's the quarterback that you are. And I know there are a ton of you out there that are completely putting this loss and these past two losses and us being humiliated solely on Derek Carr's back. I get that because over the past 2 weeks, he has looked like shit. I'm not going to sit here and say that he has not. But there's a bigger picture to this shit. You guys have to be able to see that. What has changed over these past 2 weeks? Well, Josh Jacobs came back, and then this week we had Jalen Richard come back. Our defense got a little bit banged up. But Derek Carr and the plays that he's been running has looked completely opposite of what we saw the first 3 weeks. I honestly think he's pissed off right now. I really do. Struggles these past 2 weeks and the way that he has looked during the games, I put solely on Gruden. If you guys think I'm wrong, click that thumbs down and tell me why. But don't come at me with any dumb bullshit because I'm telling you right now, Gruden is a bigger fucking problem than Derek Carr on this team right now. You stick a true, explosive offensive coordinator on this team, keep Gruden's ass completely out of it, and you will see Derek Carr and this offense put up numbers that would be leading the league in all categories. And I probably wouldn't be so pissed off if we jumped out to an early lead and then we went into Gruden's conservative ass bullshit predictable offense, but then we were able to kind of ride the game out for the win. That doesn't happen. We come out and we immediately get down by 10 to 14 points right off the rip. And then it's Derek Carr trying to play comeback for the rest of the game, running a conservative ass offense. Tell me how that makes sense at any fucking level of football. I don't know. I'm seriously pissed off right now, nation. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to break it all down, do the good, the bad, and the ugly. I will tell you right now, there's going to be a ton on that fucking ugly list because this team has me beyond pissed right now. I know a lot of y'all are feeling the same way, and I feel your pain. I truly do. We have some shit that we seriously need to figure out. So thank y'all for checking it out. I know this was a rough show. I know I was pretty angry during this show, but we all have a reason to be frustrated as shit right now. So until next time, guys, I'm Son Joku. Thank you very much. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, man.